Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a bit of a development on this channel. I was doing some research like I usually do, and I came across some information that really kind of shook me to my core. Um, and I'm going to have to change the direction of this channel a little bit to address that information I found. And the information I found proves beyond a reasonable doubt, in fact, beyond any doubt at all, that the Earth actually is flat. So I'd like to explain that to you, and I'd like to do that with my new personality. I'm not going to be Blue Bacon anymore. What I am going to be, if you'll excuse me for just 1 second while I put my face on. There we go. I'm going to be Admiral T. Law. Okay, so let me explain what I found, and undoubtedly it will convince all of you as well. Put my glasses on here. Okay. So I got up early this morning, and I was doing what I do, which is just read through random Supreme Court case law, just the whole thing through. Bit of a hobby of mine, and I came across United States versus Cosby, which was about someone complaining about airplanes flying over their house. And the Supreme Court ruled, well, they can do that because essentially you don't own the airspace infinitely upwards. And I realized that the reason that is because there is a dome over the Earth, right? You can't own infinitely up because you'll hit that dome ceiling, okay? That's why that must be. Otherwise, of course, the Supreme Court wouldn't rule that way because there's no victim for owning straight upwards forever. So obviously that can't be the ruling unless there's another reason, hence the dome. And we know that the dome would only be present on a flat Earth. So that sort of really got me thinking. And honestly, I just couldn't figure out why that wouldn't be true. And as I kept thinking, because that's the thing I do a lot of, I realized I've always been hearing this phrase, the world is your oyster, from people. And what shape are oysters? What shape are oysters? They're flat, ladies and gentlemen. Oysters are pretty flat. It's been out there the whole time. The truth has been out there the entire time. We've just been too stupid to listen to it. Also, oysters, a little bit hollow, which brings me to what my second video is going to be about, the hollow earth. Okay, that's going to be our next video after this one. And this book was written in 1969, and as we all know, 69 is a number that can't be wrong. It's if you take discrete math, that is a factual thing you will learn. I, of course, have heard about discrete math, which is good enough to be educated in discrete math. Those are pretty equivalent things. And if you want to tell me I'm wrong, well, you're going to have to say 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 4, because numbers don't lie. They're the truth. Boom. Roasted. You can't debate that. It's impossible. The third thing is actually less about the flat earth, but I feel like it's very important. It's about why we can't trust the government. And that's because, well, I'm going to have to explain this a little bit. So you know how when you're a teenager, you feel like you know everything? And then you hit like 20 to 25, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know everything at all, actually. It's so crazy how that works. And maybe it sometimes feels like a pretty sudden change. What else happens around 20 to 25? You become lactose intolerant, right? Now, at the same time, that's too much of a coincidence. You stop knowing everything and become lactose intolerant. And turns out this is because chemtrails are making us stupid. But milk... Yes, milk is a natural sort of counter to chemtrails. It's like an anti-venom or something similar to that, something scientific, I'm sure. Now, as someone who has not studied biochemistry or anything like that, I can confirm that I do know a lot about this, and that milk definitely should counter chemtrails, and we can see it from all the graphs that definitely exist. You can do your own research, though. So, I was the one to discover this. I'm going to take full credit. If anyone else says this, they're lying to you that it wasn't me, of course. I'm going to apply to it for a bunch of government grants, which they have to give me because it's my money that is saved up in their corporate strawman accounts. So they literally can't constitutionally keep it from me. And I'm going to apply for a Nobel Prize and win that, of course. Nobel? No, it's Noble. Because what you're doing is a noble thing. You sound really dumb right now. Nobel Prize. Yeah. So that's going to be a thing. So milk is what keeps you safe from chemtrails. Okay? Drink more milk. Get those dairy farmers some love. They need it. Also, in regards to that, since we've now just proven of course, that teenagers know everything, this brings me to what's going to be the topic of my third video, which is why we need to lower the age of